Hi, it's me Noah, and today we're going to stop working on globalization with my mommy.
Okay, so what does it mean to be globalized?
To be globalized, it means to be around the globe.
What's around the globe?
Like stores that, say you went to Paris, just to get some Nike shirt.
Okay.
It's like,
So
you could just go right to the store and get it.
a global economy, right?
A global economy. Okay.
So the world working together for the economy, right?
Sorry, it just popped in my head.
Okay. Why do you think other countries can produce goods such as clothing, computers, or cars for a lower cost than Canada?
Because then they don't have to pay their workers as much.
Okay.
And then it's less money to ship it to Canada, to ship it back to the place, and then ship it back to Canada.
Okay. So sometimes we don't have enough what?
Food.
What's the word? Sometimes we don't have the resources.
The resources. Okay.
We need to create a product.
Create the product.
Or to produce it, right?
Yes.
As other countries do. Or we don't have enough of that resource, and other countries do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
like how we sometimes, us and I think one other country in Canada, we are known for our maple syrup.
mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
Canada's known for maple syrup. Okay.
Maple syrup.
Okay. So, why is it that so other countries have the resources?
Yes.
That needed, right? So, why don't we just bring the resources here and produce it here?
Because that's way too much money and people just won't afford it.
So it's less money for them to create the product in that country that has the resource and then ship it over here as completed product.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's actually less money to ship it over somewhere, get it done, stuff, and ship it back to Canada. It's cheaper.
In some cases, yes.
Yes, it's cheaper.
Okay. Sometimes, yes. And whose self-interests are being served by this? We talked about this.
Canada's, because then we're getting our products.
Right.
Okay.
And consumers. Because the consumers are getting the product for
cheaper.
Right. Less money. Okay. What about the countries that are creating the product?
They're getting money for their product because it's cheaper.
So it's helping their economy. Right. And what about the companies that are making the products?
The companies that are making the product? Well, they don't have to pay their workers as much, so they get it done quicker.
Right, and the resources are less money, right? So what does that do for them? Do you remember what that was called?
No.
What was it? When you have something and you create it for this amount and then you sell it for this amount.
Oh. The product price?
Profit. What?
It's close to
profit. Margin. So that's when if Canada can produce a product for $5 and then that company can sell it for $6 or $7, they're making a $1 or $2 profit. If they send it to China and they can produce it for $2 and they can sell it for $6 or $7.
Canada, then you're getting a good deal.
Right. The company is making more money, right? So it's in their self-interest to have that product produced in China as opposed to Canada, right? Okay. So really, many people's self-interest is being served, right? Yes. There's many aspects of that.
Many different aspects.
Name some examples from these 3 areas that affect your daily life.
Name some examples.
So, like economic, cultural, political, right? So, economically, right? Like food. What are the pros of having your food a globalized food market?
You could get it anywhere. You don't have to, say you go to Paris. You don't have to go all the way to Paris to go to the McDonald's or Rome. You could just go like literally just a couple blocks away.
Okay. Focus in here. Sorry. Okay. Food. One of the good things about a global food market is, remember we talked about different kinds of food. What's it called? Diversity.
I swear, I was like, I know it starts with a D, but
Okay.
what is it?
So we have access to more diverse foods of different cultures, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But then we don't have to be like, oh, it's fall, now we only have to eat pumpkins and apples.
Right.
Pumpkins and apples.
Right. So we're not limited to seasonal foods as we would be if our food market was local. Sorry. So what are some of the cons of the agricultural industry and the food market being global? What are some of the negative things?
Some negative things?
Yes.
Well, it takes longer for them to ship it over and ship back.
Right. So time, yeah. Remember we talked about the
price and the fuel,
which is all part of the environmental impact. Right? Okay. So if your local farmer is producing seasonal foods and you're eating those seasonal foods, it has a much lower environmental impact or carbon footprint than getting grapes from Chile in the winter. Right?
Yes.
Because you have to use what? Fuel.
Oh, the ships, the containers, the farmer workermen.
Right.
Farmer workers.
Okay. So that food is often traveled hundreds of thousands of miles before it even gets to your house.
And it gets in your belly and then it travels
more. Okay.
Sorry.
Focus, please.
Sorry.
Okay. So, and music, it's similar. You get lots of diversity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And music is a little bit different because everything online now, right?
So I could just go, play that song now.
However, it is making it harder for artists to make a living, especially new artists, right?
Yeah.
Because everything's online, people can access it for free, or they're not going out and buying an album, right?
Yeah. So he's not the artist.
Okay.
Is not getting their money.
Right. So what are some pros of having clothes made
in Bangladesh?
Globally?
Well, so the pros are that we get it for cheaper.
Less money.
Sorry. Yeah. And what was the word called?
Not sure.
We get it for less money.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of get it for like better because it's handmade, made like there.
It's not handmade, but
yeah.
The main thing is that it costs us less money. However, there's an impact to that as well, a negative impact, and that's that there's a lot of people working in very unfair, unsafe conditions, right? As you learned, child labor, so on and so forth, right? So, so that's a good, I think, understanding, right? Some pros and cons. Okay, you feel like you're ready for the debate? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll finish off.
Okay.
Cool.
It's okay. Finish off.
Well, thank you for joining us today with Globalization. Give you a nice pat on the back that you actually made it through this video. Thank you for joining us, Mommy, and in the end, Cole.
Okay.
Okay.